Hello everyone, welcome to this video. I just thought, Valentine's Day is coming, and I thought, to come out with an idea to make a nice gift to our loved ones. It's not really only for Valentine's Day. You can use it as a treat for any day. Actually, chocolate is always a good idea, especially if you use dark chocolate. It has really good health benefits as well. It's a mood improver, and tastes really good. So who doesn't love chocolate? And I got this idea when I had some chocolate liquor. That's what I'm going to use today, or cacao mass. And it's really bitter because it has no sugar at all. It's pure cocoa. But if you don't have that, you can use really high percentage of chocolate. Like I think Lind has a 99% one, which the same is really bitter. So you can use that if you don't have cocoa mass or liquor. I don't know exactly how it's called. I'll show you the one that I use when I'm going to use. And I add cream, sweetener, and that's it. A lot. I'm just going to go straight to the recipes. I'm going to show you the ingredients, show you how to do, and I think this is one of the best chocolate, homemade chocolate, or let's say fudge or whatever, because it has really nice flavor. And I think one of the things that usually bother us with chocolate that have no other sugar but they have sweetener is that the taste can be quite artificial or things like that. I'm using erythritol, and the secret is to kind of melt it and caramelize it to improve flavor. So yeah, without too much rambling from my side. Okay, back to cooking now. I'm just going to my cream kind of started to leak out. Okay, we're going to start with the recipe, and I'm going to show you a little bit the ingredients that I use. I'm going to use double thick cream, cacao mass or cacao liquor, vanilla paste. The double thick cream that I use, extra thick cream, is this one, but you can use any. I'm going to use erythritol that I use is this one, and I've used this cacao paste, cacao liquor, or cacao mass, the different way of telling. So we're going to start with turning on the gas. Here we go, in a small pan, saucepan or whatever. If it's non-stick, it's better, I think. Just use it. And what I'm going to do is add 100 grams of sugar. That's a lot of sugar, of powder erythritol. But you have to understand that cocoa paste is very thick and bitter, and I just prefer to melt the sugar. Like I said, it increases flavor. And erythritol is, I think you can use swerve as well. I mean, any powdered sweetener would work. Erythritol is it kind of has difficulty to melt, and I usually put it in a blender and make it a powder when I use it without melting it down in preparations. So yeah, I'm just making kind of like a caramel out of this, and so melting this into a saucepan. Take a little bit, and as you make this, you will make it as sweet or as less sweet as you want. It's a matter of taste. There are people who really like the bitterness, and some people that need something that's really sweet. So another really good sweetener would be isomalt. or isomalt. I'm not exactly sure how you pronounce it in English. I think it's isomalt. That one is a fiber, so you have to be careful with the portion there because it has like a laxative effect. So you wouldn't want to eat that in large quantities. So what you need to do is, if you're using isomalt, is to, oh look, it's melted, and I'm just going to leave it a little bit. It's going to go see-through to get a little bit of that caramelly kind of flavor. So make sure it gets a little bit brown. And so yeah, I was talking about isomalt, but the flavor there, it's amazing. Doesn't feel artificial, it feels milky. I definitely recommend that, but maybe not in preparation with so much chocolate, bitter chocolate, because it's not going to be enough. It's not as sweet as stevia or erythritol or any other powdered sweeteners. I just see that I have a bit of sugar here on my spoon, so I'm trying to get it into my melted syrup. Yeah, I'm going to increase a little bit the temperature. Okay, and see if it starts bubbling. I definitely think I could have used even a little bit less sugar. It doesn't really need that much. I'm making this as a gift for someone who likes really sweet things. So, okay, going to put the fire down, and I'm going to, careful, this is going to be a bit dangerous. Careful so it doesn't split. It doesn't split. And okay, and this is our caramel. Just to make sure. Oh, I wasn't really prepared for this video, but since Valentine's, it's really around the corner, and I wanted to give you guys this recipe as soon as possible. So I added 300 grams. I'm going to add a little bit more because I had 250 grams in my little cup. So I'm going to add a little bit more, about 300 grams of cream. If you don't want to use cream, you can do this with butter. It's just that the quantity of butter has to be a little bit less. So I'd say 200 grams of butter with 100 grams of cocoa paste. So just going to give a good stir, let it bubble it a little bit. So in our caramel sauce with our cream, where we have added some vanilla paste, a pinch of salt, and we have the cream, our caramel made out of sweetener, and vanilla paste and salt for flavor. So all's nice and hot. sorry, my phone rang and I had to stop the video quite a few times, so I'm not sure it's going to come out great, but bear with me, this recipe is definitely worth it. Okay, so I'm bringing all back to a boil in order to have the chocolate melting. So I'm going to add 100 grams of my cocoa mass or cocoa paste, and you can do that with dark chocolate as well. It doesn't have to be cocoa paste, but if it happens, you know, if you just bought it because it was unsweetened and you thought it was going to be amazing, which it is, it smells so chocolatey and so pure and really delicious, but it's absolutely bitter, very bitter. So mix it well, make sure that it's nice and shiny, that everything is melted, and you have your chocolate ganache or fudge. Here it is. And then get a square tray, or if you have a mold, even better. So even a nice mold makes it nice and precise. But I just like to put it in a tray and just have it and cut it in squares and then pack it, and or just wrap it in little pieces of parchment paper. But if you want to make it Valentine's, you can do it in very nice red paper. So yeah, I'm going to pour it in. I'm going to leave this for my helper because she likes to clean the bowls and the pans. So if I have a little bit extra, I have to make it worth her time to eat this. Here we go. Spread it around, and now just going to carefully, it's hot, so if you have a metal tray, it's going to, oh, look at how shiny and beautiful it is. So in this case, I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of nuts on it. These are roasted nuts. Sorry, I didn't focus on the... Okay, put a little bit everywhere. Okay. And because it's Valentine's and we want to make it pretty for our loved ones, just going to add some rose petals. Smells incredible. I think it makes it really pretty. Okay, so I've added some rose petals, and I have a little bit of beetroot powder, but you can have pitaya powder. That's really nice. It's optional. I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of this pink powder to make it nice and special. Okay, now let it rest in the fridge for an hour or so, until it's like, look how pretty it is. Oh, and delicious as well. So let it rest in the fridge for an hour or so, or 30 minutes in the freezer if you are in a rush. Take it out, cut it in squares. Find a nice box if you want to put them in boxes. I have like a loved hard one that I'm going to use for this occasion. But what I usually do when I make it just for myself, I just wrap it in sorry, my friend here is just eating the remaining chocolate. Made me laugh. So I just wrap it in tiny I cut in tiny squares and wrap it in parchment paper, and give it a go. Delicious. And yeah, eat it yourself. Share it with your loved ones. I'm going to post some pictures on my Instagram, and leave all the details below. The recipe with all the ingredients and measurement will be in the on my website. I'm going to put all the links below, and all the ingredients that I have used. So feel free to comment if you have any questions. I'll be happy to answer, and enjoy your treat. Thank you.